A man is like a fraction whose numerator is what he is, and whose denominator is what he thinks of himself. The larger the denominator, the smaller the fraction. Everything that I understand only because I love. Everyone thinks of changing the world, but no one thinks of changing themselves. If it is true that there are as many minds as there are heads, then there are as many kinds of love as there are hearts. If then I were asked for the most important advice I could give, that which I considered to be the most useful to men of our century, I should simply say, in the name of love, stop for a moment, cease your work, look around you. Just as one candle lights another and can light thousands of other candles, so one heart illuminates another heart and can illuminate thousands of other hearts. Only people who are capable of loving strongly can also suffer great sorrow. But this same necessity of loving serves to counteract their grief and heals them. Seize the moments of happiness. Love and be loved. That is the only reality in the world. All else is folly. It is the one thing we are interested in here. The only thing that we know is that we know nothing, and that is the highest flight of human wisdom. True life is lived when tiny changes occur. Without knowing what I am, why I am here, life is impossible. A quiet, secluded life in the country, with the possibility of being useful to people to whom it is easy to do good, and who are not accustomed to have it done to them. Then work, which one hopes may be of some use. Then rest, nature, books, music, love for one's neighbor. Such is my idea of happiness. And all people live, not by reason of any care they have for themselves, but by the love for them that is in other people. Free thinkers are those who are willing to use their minds without prejudice and without fearing to understand things that clash with their own customs, privileges, or beliefs. This state of mind is not common, but it is essential for right thinking. I've always loved you, and when you love someone, you love the whole person just as he or she is, and not as you would like them to be. Life could be limitless joy if we would only take it for what it is, in the way it is given to us. Our body is a machine for living. It is organized for that. It is its nature. Let life go on in it, unhindered, and let it defend itself. Some mathematician said, "Pleasure lies not in discovering truth, but in seeking it." The sole meaning of life is to serve humanity. Truth, like gold, is to be obtained not by its growth, but by washing away from it all that is not gold. Wrong does not cease to be wrong because the majority share in it. A truly wise man is always joyful. Happiness does not depend on outward things, but on the way we see them. If there existed no external means for dimming their consciences, one half of the men would at once shoot themselves. Because to live contrary to one's reason is a most intolerable state. And all men of our time are in such a state. Is it really possible to tell someone else what one feels? Nothing is so necessary for a young man as the company of intelligent women. Pay bad people with your goodness. Fight their hatred with your kindness. Even if you do not achieve victory over people, you will conquer yourself. Spring is the time of plans and projects. The two most powerful warriors are patience and time. All happy families resemble one another. Every unhappy family is unhappy in its own way. Be bad, but at least don't be a liar, a deceiver. He stepped down, trying not to look at her as if she were the sun, yet he saw her like the sun, even without looking. The changes in our life come from the impossibility to live otherwise than according to the demands of our conscience, not from our mental resolution to try a new form of life. There is no greatness where there is no simplicity, goodness, and truth. We lost because we told ourselves we lost. Respect was invented to cover the empty space where love should be. All the variety, all the charm, all the beauty of life is made up of light and shadow. Boredom, the desire for desires. I sit on a man's back, choking him and making him carry me, and yet assure myself and others that I am very sorry for him and wish to ease his lot by all possible means, except by getting off his back. One can live magnificently in this world if one knows how to work and how to love. Joy can only be real if people look upon their life as a service and have a definite object in life outside themselves and their personal happiness. One of the first conditions of happiness is that the link between humans and nature shall not be broken. Rummaging in our souls, we often dig up something that ought to have lain there unnoticed. The most important knowledge is that which guides the way you lead your life. There is something in the human spirit that will survive and prevail. There is a tiny and brilliant light burning in the heart of humanity that will not go out, no matter how dark the world becomes. If you look for perfection, you'll never be content. It is amazing how complete is the delusion that beauty is goodness. If you want to be happy, be happy.